What's up, everybody? Okay, looks like we got good mic volume here. Welcome to the stream. It's been a minute. So today, wanted to fly on the East Coast, but it's being slammed by a gigantic storm. So I'm at the home base of Phoenix. Gonna take the Maddog for a spin for the first time ever on stream. Gonna take this over to El Paso. I have the scenery. I forget who makes it. I have not been there yet. So I'm really interested to see how the developers did over there. I think it should be a pretty interesting approach with some mountains. I know Southwest flies there a lot, but today we are taking the beautiful Maddog in the iconic bare metal livery that it's probably the most well known. I think American bought more of these Maddogs than any other carrier. So I've actually flown on the bare metal Maddog American livery into Fort Worth more than once. I don't remember where I was going. It was just like for connections, but it is by far the most iconic livery for the Maddog. And man, I've been learning this plane through a lot of YouTube tutorials and taking it for spins all around the country for the last few days, and I'm hoping I don't forget anything because it's an extremely hands-on plane, but I'm definitely gonna forget a couple of things today while we're going around in it. So I'm gonna do my best to demonstrate how to fly this thing, but this is a route that I have not yet tried, so anything can happen, and hopefully we can get there in one piece and get all of our passengers there safely and efficiently. So let's see, we're going up to flight level 310 today. So okay, let's get the battery turned on. Before we do that, we can check the voltage is right where we need it to be. Turn this guy on. And for those of you who don't know, this is the nickname of this plane is Bitchin' Betty because she likes to make a lot of noises, as like that, like it's a bigger brother, the MD-11. They have these funny oral call outs that you'll be hearing throughout the flight. Okay, let me just get this set up, get that off. Connect our ground power, check the voltage. Exterior power voltage looks good. We can go on exterior power and she'll come to life. I'm gonna cut the music so we can concentrate. You hear all the avionics fans in the background. There's a lot going on in this thing. I just love anytime there's like an old school mix of like glass and steam gauges, like the altimeter and the speed are in the indicated airspeed are in steam, while you have the PFD and the navigational display in glass. Such a cool mix. The 757 and 767 also kind of have that feel, and it's a lot of fun to see when the airliners were kind of transitioning between the modern and the old school analog stuff. It's a lot of fun. I actually find this fuel quantity gauge even nicer than the modern systems, because you get the zero fuel weight when you hit that button, which is really nifty. All right, let's go back up to the overhead and we'll get this thing set up so that we can take on some passengers. So the first thing, seatbelts, pitot heat needs to come on, windshield anti-ice comes on. We're gonna test the emergency lights by hitting the PA button, and our imaginary flight attendant's gonna let us know. Ooh, it has she's gonna let us know. Okay, she said the emergency lights are okay, so we can put that back to arm, clear that. Starter looks good. Buses look good in their correct positions. These are north. We're monitoring COM 1 fire test. Cargo fire test looks good. Panel lights and a little bit of floodlight. And this is a cool little feature for the black box. You log for the flight recorder. So we have to put the date in, which is the 9th day of January. And flight number, we're going as 5, 4, 18. And this is the first leg of the day. And then you ground the flight controller, whoops, and you hit insert, and then you can close that. And now we're going to run through some of our tests. So the first one is our ground proximity warning test. You'll see the magic carpet on the NDs, and it's going to run through its tests. Next is the wind shears. Good. So that's working. Circuit breaker lights, standby lights, thunderstorm lights. Anti-skid, we're just looking for 4 warning messages to come on our overhead panel like that, and then off. Stall test. You can see the stall horns. So there's Bitch and Betty. Max speed. Overspeed. So the stick shakers. We don't need our logo light. Mock trim, override. We get the warning. Good. Yaw damper, warning, off, on. We can test the ice FOD. We'll expect the 4 warnings for that. And our cockpit temperatures are in the north position. We can put our supplies to auto. Air conditioning shut off is good. Ram air is off. Annunciator lights will light it up like a Christmas tree. You can see all of the panel lights. Doesn't look like any bulbs are out, which is good. So we will be notified appropriately if something goes wrong. We're just going to test this, set that like that. And I'm going to take the airfield pressure for our pressurization panel. So our elevation in Phoenix is 1135. In case we have to come back, this will set the right pressure. The barometric pressure is 3010. 3010. Flow rate. And park the wipers. I'm just going to close the cockpit door now. So we're in here alone. Okay. Now, before I forget, let's open up the pneumatic crossfeed valves for the engine start. And now we can come down to our lower panel. We'll test the co-pilot's oxygen. Looks good. Turn his panel lights up like that. And test the PFD and ND. Good. We can come here and test the TCAS screens. Our TCAS should light up there and there. Good. PFD. I'll test our hydraulics. Auxiliary pump, we need 28 or higher. Trans pump, we need 28. I think it's 27 or higher. Good. That looks good. We can leave that alone. So now our system is pressurized. I'm going to set the EPR panel to take off. Test. Clear it. Test the gear horn. We'll test the cutoff. That worked. And put this back in. Test our fuel quantity gauge. So we're looking for 3000s there, 3000 there. That looks good. We'll test the engine fire loop. Test the bell. That took it out. And one more test with this. We want to look up top here to make sure it's registering, which it is. So this looks good. We'll cage the horizon. Test this. PFD, ND. I feel like I'm forgetting something up in here. Oh yeah, we'll test the weather radar. Power it on so we don't radiate anybody real quick. Okay, it looks good. And over here we want to test our oxygen. Good. Alright. So come down here to TCAS. The MD-80 is interesting because you actually have to put it's an older style TCAS, so you have to put your flight ID in. So we are American. I feel like I'm texting on like a phone from the early 2000s, which was like, this was state-of-the-art technology before online keyboards came along. 5418 is our flight ID, and then enter it. And then since we're flying online, I'll just 5417 enter, and we can turn that to transponder mode. Test the comms. Good. And now I want to test our trim. So our electric trim, It's right here. It's going up and down. Our manual trim looks good, going down and up. And then I'm going to test the manual. I'll disconnect to make sure the other trims can't work. See, that's not working, which is what we want. And our manual is. So this looks good. We can put this back in the normal position. I had to test our fuel pump. So on the fuel page, when I turn one of these, there you go, it should go out like that. And then back on, it should go back to low. And then our aft pump should go out and then come back on. And then if I take our pneumatic feed valve open like that, and then turn one of the pumps on, they should both go out. Yep, just like that. That was what we were looking for. So our cross feed valve works if we have to balance our fuel out. So this is all looking excellent. Now I believe we are ready to bring on our passengers. So let me load our weights real quick. Whoops, not that. This guy. Load the weights. The weights are in, and now we can begin the boarding process. I'm gonna request the boarding from GSX and cross our fingers. Yeah, our cargo doors are open. Now, if you don't own this plane, it flies way different than any other plane in the sim. It really has like a interesting sense of inertia. And the T-tail makes it, apparently in real life, like the guys really have to almost fall over on the yaw to get it to turn in a responsive way. So unlike the modern airliners where you're only putting small inputs in to get a nice reaction out from the control surfaces, this you really have to move the yaws around. Like you actually have to turn them completely. So interesting plane to fly. I'll probably, when I go back to the Airbus and Boeing, I'll probably be putting so much input in, it'll be like a roller coaster ride because I've adjusted to this. All right, so we got everything set up. I'm gonna come down here to the FMC and we're gonna line ourselves. So it doesn't use IRS, it uses a GPS. So it's a lot simpler to get this thing to know where it is in the world. Ooh, that looks quite off from the GNS position. I'm gonna go with its best guess. And here we are in Phoenix to El Paso, KELP, and then Phoenix, KELP. And there's our route. Activate. Departure is going to be, we're going to go off the 26, which is a real short taxi from where we're standing at Eclipse 1. This is an interesting departure over South Mountain. Left turn phase transition, execute departure, and back to the index. For our arrival, we're coming in on the Molly 5 ILS 22 transition. Which one do we want to take? Let me take a look at the chart. I don't even see the whole transition on the chart. What is this thing talking about? Did I select the right one? ILS 22. ILS or localizer 22. Okay, we'll take a look at it. I think we're just going to take the final approach fix, which is like pre-so, I think. Oh. Okay, we'll take a look at it. And Molly 5 T's transition, execute. Let's take a look at our map. Look at this old style navigational display. So let's zoom in like a little bit more. There you go. And go to our legs. See any discontinuity? Step, step, step. All right. So Molly at 3,000 or below. Huh? I don't know, 11,000 to 13,000. Wicker at 9,000. Just checking on the star. Yeah, that's correct. And then Fispy. Let's see. This is where it gets a little... Want to make sure this is right. Oh, see that turn we're not going to be able to make. That's what that broken line is. So Fispy is at 59,000. So I might like swing. I'm probably going to vector us out like that. And then swing us in to hit Fispy because that's not going to work for our flight path. Which reminds me, I need to do the auto land test before we move further. But yeah, this looks good. I'm happy with that. We'll just vector ourselves in there. So for the takeoff, our takeoff weight today is going to be like 126.3. So let's get that dialed in there. Okay. So our total fuel log today is 17.0, and we're going to do a normal burn. Our zero fuel weight, we can hit that button. It's 110, which is cool. Reserves for this flight are 2.7, and our cruising altitude is flight level 310. Our ISA deviation is plus 005. And our average cruise wind is 273 degrees at 46 knots. Our takeoff ref is going to be 126, 130, 139. And let's do our ILS test before we get out of here. Okay, it's gonna do its thing, test itself. There's no restrictions on the SID, so I'm just gonna set 310 to get us out of here. 310. I'm going to set 250 on the speed. Flight directors can come on. Light this panel up. Heading select bank selector to 15. I'm going to set the throttles for takeoff, and we can configure our trims. So we're going flaps 15. So we don't need to set a position since we have a flaps 15. Our center of gravity is 14.2, which is set flap 15. And I'm just going to get the electronic trim right here to line up with this green bar, and we should be good to go. That looks about right. Good, good. All right, let's get our APU going here so we can turn the position lights on. APU start. Take this fuel tank here. So, should see it spool up there. Little APU hole there. We've got the cone tail. I think they had to make the tails like this, and the 777 has the same style for wake turbulence. I don't think I remember flying this with the American Airlines seat covers, which is awesome. This must have been the same pattern, fabric pattern of the real one. I think they customized it for this. But yeah, this is a really like what I notice when I fly this thing is like it has a really swept back wing that sits way further back on the fuselage. I mean, look at like the start of the plane is all the way up there, and you got the wings all the way back here, which makes it reminds me of like of when you throw a dart, like it just kind of keeps going and going on its own momentum versus like a paper airplane, which gets lift. Like this thing feels like a flying dart when you fly it. You can especially tell it on the initial rotation, like it doesn't really want to leave the ground, and you have to be real careful about tail strikes. But once it gets going, it's like a dart, like you can't slow it down. It's a really interesting flight dynamics. since nobody's flying these anymore around the world, really, I can't really tell you what the real thing is like because I've never flown one, but it has such a unique flying characteristic. Really interesting to fly this thing in the sim. All right, so our bags are coming in, our APU's on. I'm gonna come off the exterior power and turn the APU bleed on so we can have nice air conditioning. And now I can go and disconnect the GPU. Oh, dude, did we just break the plane? Oh, I didn't turn my APU bus on. We better... Oh, dude, I just broke everything. You clown. We're gonna have to set up the FMC. I at least did the test for everything else. See, I told you I was gonna forget something today. This thing is complicated. Ooh, I totally lost all of our data, didn't I? That's okay. Damn it. Is it? More time to enjoy the Maddog. Alright, here we come. Watch how fast we are, though. You need to... Yeah, I see what I did there. Okay. Okay, everybody's boarded and they're wondering why we're not leaving. Not understanding. The pilots are drunk. Alright. KELP. We gotta sober up. We're sobering up here. We're not ready to leave yet. I gotta pass the breathalyzer before we can push back. Eclipse 1. Phase. Execute. Oh boy. We're almost done. iOS 2. See, this is the nice thing about stimming is there's never any rush. I mean, we're not actually getting paid to get people to their destinations on time, so y'all can just get comfortable in the back there. All right, let's take a look. I don't think we need to make any edits here. Yeah, this looks good. And then our initial reference, our fuel, we probably got less fuel now, 17/N. I want to make sure I test the other autopilot though. That sucks. We lost all of our stuff here. There he goes. And 0 fuel weight, 110. I love that gauge. We need this gauge in all modern airliners, so we don't have to chase that information down. Our reserves are 2.7. Our ISO was +5. Our cruise winds were 237 at 46. Good. And ISO deviation +5. I probably have to put the flight level in there before I do that. 310. Takeoff 126. 130, 139. Set up our nest 250 on the speed. And go up to flight level 310. 310. Nice. Arm it. Good. Altitude. Heading. Takeoff. Hold. Takeoff on the EPR. Or TRP. Excuse me. This is all set and looking nice. Short taxi out. We've advised the cabin crew it's going to be a short takeoff, so as soon as we push, get in your seats. We got the lights on. Before I disconnect this time, we're on the APU, you clown. And then off. Yeah, okay. We're off of this junk. Disconnect you. We're on our own air conditioning. Ground. Doors, and we are ready for pushback. I think. Yeah, this is all set and good. Do you want to start engines? No, I don't want to start the engines. And let's just go through our checklist real quick. Flight recorder set. Oh, did it reset us? No. Oh, no, we got it. We're good.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Great. Air truss alignment set. FMS emergency lights, cabin signs. Windshield anti-ice is set. Stall warning tested. Air conditioning, fire protection. We tested. TRP is set. Fuel quantity. We're at 17,000 pounds. Altimeters are set. Fuel shutoff levers are off. Cabin pressure lever is auto. Good, good, good.
Departure checks completed.
Before start. Parking brakes. EFB flight mode. Flight mode. Engine issuing snuffler. Pneumatic pressure is open. Anti-collision light is on. We can bring this on in a second when they push us. Seatbelt signs need to come on. We're ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. APU normal. Air conditioning supply off. Okay, that comes after, right before we start this baby up. Get this off my screen.
Locking gear.
267 on the heading. I want to face north.
Release parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes are
Commencing
released.
push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Nice. Alright, so packs come off. Engine start system A. Fuel pumps are on. We don't have any fuel in our center tank. We're ready to start engine 2. Here it comes. Wow. Put the fuel in. Why would that be open? Exterior power access door. Ground. Should be closed. Okay, so we got a good start on engine 2. We can start engine 1, close that. Oh yes. The Maddog is coming alive.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Good start. We're on our own power. APU comes off.
Disconnected.
Air
Bypass
comes
been
off.
removed.
Bring the packs back on.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
And we're clear, so I'm gonna set the auto brake to take off. I'm gonna arm our spoilers. Flaps come to 15. The hydraulic pumps come on. Taxi light can come on. Control check. Full down. Full up, full left, full right, and rudder, full left, full right, neutral, good. And our parking brakes are on, which we are aware of, good. And we are ready to get out there to runway 26 for a beautiful departure facing the west with a nice procedural turn back to the east to head towards El Paso. Everything over here is looking good. Brake temperature looks good after start. Engine selectors are off. Pitot static heat is on. Pneumatic valves come off. Heaters are on for the pitos. Anti-switch as required. Air conditioner supply switch are auto. Door light is checked. Deny. Hydraulic systems are checked. Let's go. See ya. Ooh, look at that smooth. Man, I don't think I've flown this paint job yet. I had another American where the leading edge wasn't as like shiny. That looks nice. Oh yeah, Super 80. That's what they all had back in the day. Brake check. Brakes are good. We're just gonna make this right hand turn. We're almost there. Ready for takeoff. Ding the ladies in the back. Ding ding. Now, this thing's interesting to taxi because it's so long. It's like a flying pencil. You have to wait till the line's like kind of behind you and then you can turn it. I'm gonna get our transponder on, and now that we're clear of people, we can turn our weather radar on. Doesn't look like there's any weather out here today. We have a slight breeze coming off our right hand side on departure here. Let's double check the altimeter. 3011. Standby is good. Get them wing lights ready. Check our flap indication. Yep, 15. And I know the engine selector goes to both in preparation for takeoff. Before takeoff runway. Actually, let me take a look at the flight control. So lever, stabilizer trim. Takeoff runway confirmed. This is runway 26. Takeoff data confirmed. Fuel balance. We're in balance. Brake temperatures are looking good. They still are. Engine ignition to both. Overhead panel is clear. We are ready for takeoff. Let's go. Landing lights, come on. These come on. Wings, come on. Light her up. Ooh, that's nice. Love that. Love that livery. All right, here we go. Let's get the EPR to 1.4. Start the clock. Here we go. Balls to the wall. And take off. Thrust set. Auto throttle armed.
Takeoff thrust set.
You got to give it some down pressure. This thing likes to come off of the ground. Clamp. Check.
80 knots, cross check. V1, rotate.
Get it to 10. 10, 10, 10. And now we can rotate through.
Positive rate.
Gear up. Oh ho! Rocket.
Gear up. Lights out.
Nav. Give me nav. Oh, it's not doing. I gotta program my FSU IPC. Nav. Vertical speed. Give me half. And Eeper climb.
Climb thrust set.
That's me trimming the oral cue for trim. This thing needs a lot of down trim. And flaps up. Autopilot on. And I'm gonna wait till we get to 250 to put it into IAS mock mode. Oh baby. Slats up.
Slats retracted.
You can go to off. Y'all can come to low. Trans pump off. Aux off. And IAS mode. The 250. Which I'll pitch for a 250 now as we depart. Deeper climb looks good. And we're going to make that nice left-hand turn over South Mountain. There's the industrial park. Here comes the turn. And I'm going to put it in the VNAV. VNAV climb. Beautiful. You can come off. You guys come in. All right. After takeoff, brake temperature look good. Landing gear is up. Lights out. Auto brakes off. Speed brake better. Speed brake lever unarmed. Flats are up. Flaps and slats are up. Center fuel tank. Engine selector is off. Altimeter is good. After check. Okay. We're all good to the line. Nice little tailwind as we make this turn out of here. Oh yeah. Look at that 30. Super 80. Oh, why is the progress bar? It doesn't look like it's cooperating here. Let me check that. What? Nah, it should be working. Huh. That thing is a mess. Here comes 10,000. Wings come off.
motion.
Standard. Okay, let's just start setting this up for the approach because we don't have that much longer till the top of descent. So ILS frequency is 11.5 and the chorus 222. Decision height is 200 radio. I don't know why they only have a radio altimeter for the Maddog. It's kind of strange. So let's see. It's a long runway. We can take auto brake low. Now, I'm surprised that's 3,950 feet elevation. I've never flown the Maddog, landed at that elevation in the Maddog yet, so I'm be interested to see how it handles. Alright. Pressurization set, ILS frequency set, decision height set. Let's take a look at our landing weight. So, our landing weight, we can calculate by going to the progress. We'll have roughly 11,000 pounds of fuel when we land. So 11,000 plus 110,000 is 121. So our landing weight will be around 121. That'll give us a flaps 40 of 129. Since it's so high up though, we probably want to do a 128. So we'll take 134. The headwind is 9 knots, so that should be all right. We don't have to add anything onto it. So 134 looks good. All right, I think we're configured. Let's see the altitude we want to set on our way down. Probably want to be 9,000. Our bottom, then we'll start vectoring ourselves around after Wicker to get to, I think it was like 5,900 for preso. Let's say preso at 6,800. Okay, we need to be at 5,900 by FISB. So legs next, FISB Wicker. Okay, so yeah, we'll 9,000 FISB 5,900. Good. Final approach fix is crumb at 5,100 with a 3-degree glide slope. We'll catch it with the ILS arm button. All right, good. All right, we're coming up on top of the ascent. Turn the seatbelts on, bing the ladies. We can bring... I'm gonna turn our hydraulic pumps back on. Descent, MSH check. Approach, MDF, cross check. Landing data confirm, V-bugs are set, radio altimeter set, hydraulic systems are on, pressurization is checked and set. Complete. Bonjour, Baytown. How are you? Hope you're consuming some herbs today. You've had enough pizza for the year. We got to deploy some speed brake here to bring our speed down so this circle gets to this diamond, but we're on profile. Molly on the ND, we're going to hit it right at 9,000 where we want, and then down to 68. We'll come down to 7,000 and vector ourselves out to the left so we can come in on the ILS 22 El Paso. Maddog. You missed the beginning of the stream. The pilots got drunk and we had to wait at the gate until they sobered up. They fucked up the transition between the APU and the external power like a bunch of clowns. Look at that. Nice wing view. Alright. Speed brakes are retracted. Oh, you need to go back and watch the beginning. I demonstrated all of the bitchiness of Betty. Can I? I'm trying to think. Can I test this? This is either gonna crash the plane or not. This is just one of. I mean, the goal is to not have to hear her bitch at you, but we'll probably get some bitching later. So Wicker wants you at 9,000. Here, we'll see. Yeah, Wicker at 9,210. Okay, we're good. And barometric pressure is 299 or 8. Set that as we come through flight level 180. Set. Did you know, it's kind of interesting, El Paso's 3,950 feet elevation. I thought it was kind of low. But we'll probably, that's the airport, I mean, right against these mountains, I'm guessing. Is that it right there? Let's see. Somewhere out there. We're actually only about 13,000 feet above ground elevation here. Seatbelt signs, come on. Or we got them on. We put them on at the beginning of the descent there. All right, things are gonna start moving quick here because we're already 10,000 feet above above the ground level. I'm gonna start the replay so I don't forget it. Don't forget the replay. We got our glide slope and localizer indicating, which is good. Coming over these mountains. How high are these mountains? I mean, they got 9,500 feet. Holy, that's pretty high. Or no, they're like 7,000. Check out this engine. Look at that. Sit. It's kind of hazy down here. Let's see. 310 at 9, gusting 16. It's windy. Huh. 10,000 feet. We need speed brake. The lights come on. Engine start. A, B, or both. I'm gonna select heading and we're gonna come down to 6,800. We should be in speed mode.
Stabilizer motion.
There's Bitchin' Betty. We're in vertical speed heading select. I had my speed brake out, dummy. $5,900 for Fispy, which is our final approach fit, or sorry, not our final approach fix. 5,100 at Crumb. And I'm gonna drop some slats. Here
Slats
come my
extended.
slats. Speed brakes arm. Arm the ILS. We gotta get down.
2,500.
There goes the ILS. I'm gonna drop the gear to slow us up. Can't even see the, oh, there it is. It's out there. We got a nasty crosswind component because the runway's out right there. Localizer captured. We're waiting for flaps 15. We're waiting for the glide slope. There you go, glide slope captured. And we're good. Auto brakes are armed. Those are on. Final approach, landing gear, flap slot lever, speed brake lever, auto brake as required, engine ignition, we're good. Alright, everything looks good now. And I'm gonna dial us back into the approach, which is 134. Ooh, we hit our gross weight exactly where we thought it was gonna be. Look at that, love it. 134. And we're 4 miles out. Fully established. Oh my lord, look at those wing effects. Look at that crosswind. Oh my, I wonder if it's because the tail is so, like the T-tail really picks up a lot of force from a crosswind versus a conventional airliner. I'm gonna go 3 knots in faster. I don't trust this. Oh, yeah, let me take it off the auto throttle. Okay, my airplane coming in, cleared the lane. 1 second. Boink.
Autopilot.
Continuación. Holy shit, this is crosswind.
Light slope. Light 50, slope. 40, 30, 20, 10.
Oh, I slammed that. Usually, that's okay. I think I didn't account for the higher elevation. Because usually there's a huge ground effect that you hit in the Maddog, and we didn't hit it. The terminal's all the way down there, so I'm just gonna roll this out. Slats up, flaps up, wing off, transponder, TARing, weather off, light director 1 off, light director 2 off, you come off, APU, you come on. Auto brake stowed. I've never been here before, so let me pull up. And put the slats up. We'll take like B2 if we can get it. B2. Now it's gonna run through its test here, which is all good. Ooh, look at that. Nice terminal. I think, did any builds do this one? I feel like any builds made this. AP bleed on. Engine cut switches off. You guys come off. Hello. This guy still wants me to come forward, but he told me to stop. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to El Paso. That's a nice interior. We'll take a look around in a little bit. It's cool with the mountains in the back there. Nice approach in here. Too bad I slammed it into the ground. Let's see, 268. We put it, I mean, it's a legal landing. We put it right in the, on the center line on the captain's mark. So we'll take a look in the replay here in a minute. So let's get our passengers out. Unlock that. This is all good. Have a good day, sir. Good lord, he's scary. This guy's all in his sweater. Have a good day, ma'am. Thank you for flying American. I hope you enjoyed your Maddog experience. Look at that. Well, man, what a dope cockpit. Alright, sir, you can stop flapping your arms. It's not gonna do anything. You can go help another plane. This is all set down here. Take a look at our checklist, see if we missed anything after landing. We would turn that off. Heater and static heaters, yeah, everything else we got. All right, let's take a look at the replay. I'm going to get that ready. I'm gonna have to break the simulator essentially and load in to ready for takeoff, and that's gonna mess everything up, but our engine should be on. Yeah, they're on. There you go. Okay, so let's go to replay. Here we go.
Lights out.
Bitch and Betty. How do you shut her up?
2,500.
Has a nice I feel like on some planes the heat blur effect is a little bit too much. This one seems just right. They did a good job on that. It wasn't, we gotta go to get the flaps out. Come on. This flaps 28 right there. And then the thing that's interesting about the Maddog is it has these retractable lights on the wings, and they can actually create enough drag that they can bleed off a couple knots of speed if they need to. They're pretty cool little extendables here. I couldn't see the traffic down here, but I'm a traffic fetish for Flight Simulator. I feel like it's the big thing that they're missing more of. Okay, let's get ourselves in position to view this not butter. Oh shit. Oh my god. Oh! Okay, that's not me. That's the physics of Flight Simulator. There's no way to, after you, to decrab it once you're on the runway. There's literally nothing you can do. I mean, we got it stable though. We got everybody here in one piece. 250 is a standard landing, so I just expect butter because I have high standards, but that was a clean landing by any airline standards on the captain's bars and on the center line. All right, so what I'm gonna do. It has a fun like angle of attack as it comes in. Ooh, pull up. It didn't bounce. I'm actually amazed it didn't bounce. I don't know how that didn't bounce. Look at the wings rocking. I will say, like, I like the sense of inertia that the Leonardo Soft House Italian guys put on this thing. It has a nice sense of inertia. Ooh. Dang, look at that crab angle. It's pointed straight sideways. Zoink. Whoa. I mean, they call it the Maddog. This is the quintessential Hollywood shot in every movie. Yeah. Nice. And then this gets nuts. Look at that. Whoa. Ladies and gentlemen, your bags may have shifted after takeoff. Be aware that you might get hit in the head when you open your overhead compartment. I can't wait. I hope they fix all their replay stuff in Flight Simulator 2024. It sucks. You can't. It messes up all the presets. Ho ho! Look at that sideways. Axial. Let's see if it puts the stows the slats, flaps, and speed brake here. Probably not. Oh yeah, the flaps are going up. Looks like it's no. Never mind. Bring her in. Oh, that was... We're gonna need to see the chiropractor after that one. It's such a clean wing, like you don't have like the nacelles that kind of intrude onto the flaps on the Boeings and the Airbus. Like it's such a clean design, like a little flying dart, like I was saying earlier. Boom! I mean, hey, you want to sit in? You're gonna sit in class. You're gonna get a class. you pay for class. You pay for that type of landing, you know what I'm saying? American Airlines, we're not known for our customer service. You gotta bring some Tylenol in your carry-on when you fly with us. Whoa. Starting to drift around. This flight model really flies like nothing else in Flight Simulator. It's really interesting. Okay, that didn't look bad at all. Come on. Right there. Right there, baby. Right on the center line. Just, I gotta adjust my rudder settings so we can decrab it a little bit more aggressively for a little bit more rudder authority. But yeah, I mean, that's right. Center line in the touchdown zone, so we'll take it. Look at the angle though. I guess it's not that much. What do you think that is? Let me see. It's like 6.5. It's like six degrees. It just looks long because it's such a long airplane. Look how much higher the nose is than the people in the back. The people in the back are already hitting the concrete, and these guys are like, "Oh, are we still cruising up here?" Look at that. They're like, "Have we started the descent?" And they're like trying to get their bags back here at the carousel. It's really interesting. T-tails are really interesting. My favorite is coming this year though, the Fokker 100. I love the way that thing looks, especially in the American livery. So when that comes out, we're going to be flying that a lot. But there she is, the Maddog, ladies and gentlemen. We'll bring her to the gate. Actually, let's take a look at this airport. I mean, the glass is all right. Let me look who made. I want to see who made this thing. So El Paso, KELP. It's El Paso, Dominic Design. All right, they're like a mid. I mean, yeah, it's nothing amazing, but yeah, they did some nice carpeting textures here. Good signage. I like the terminal. I mean, it's definitely sufficient. I never thought I'd care about like people moving around the terminal, but when you pull up to a terminal and people are moving, it adds an enormous amount of immersion. You got your Starbucks here. That's who is like even flying out of El Paso? Are there really that many people that live here? Like, I wouldn't have thought it was this big of an airport. That's nice little laminate flooring texture. But I mean, this is like a huge, because like, who did we see flying in? Like, who lives here? It was literally empty desert the whole entire way. Like, I don't understand. Are they planning some massive population boom that we don't know about? Here's like another terminal. What is this, like the international terminal? Because they got the flags here. I mean, who lives here? Who's flying here? I guess there's like, maybe people are living underneath the earth that we didn't see. Whoa, more. This is like more gates and terminals. I have no clue who flies into this airport and out of this airport. But it's a huge terminal. Like, you see what I'm saying? Oh, this is like the whole, like, okay, this is the city. Okay, never mind. This is actually a sizable city. Oh, damn, it's actually a big city. I didn't know. I guess what did we do? We came in. Yeah, we flew in from over here. I'm like, where are these people living? They're living here. So you can see we have beautiful Walmart and Sam's Club and a nice shopping mall. So yeah, this is a big town. Okay, now it makes sense. Yeah, this is the next frontier. They feel at home here. It reminds me of the Middle East. Okay, Dominic Design. I mean, I support them. Like, I own all their products, but they did a decent job the standards keep going up, like which is what we want in the community. We want the developers to continually push the boundaries of what's possible in the flight sim. And I'd give this like a solid 7.5. Did I just like go to the wrong airport? Because now I can't even find where we're at. Where the hell is our plane? Okay, there we are. These are good textures on the roof. You still can't vote in the US election, Baytown. Can you vote in the Chinaistan election, or are you, or do they not even allow that? So parking garage, I mean, it would be nice to have cars, but then are these cars? I mean, okay, yeah, it's okay. I've seen just better assets like from other developers, but there's room for improvement with Dominic design stuff. These flags are doing some weird stuff. That doesn't look like a traditional American flag. Oh yeah, there you go. Okay, it's doing its thing. Got some nice cacti. Alright. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. First stream with the Maddog. Something happened on takeoff there. I gotta figure out why the clamp went to 0%. But we'll get it sorted. I hope you enjoy the stream. We're not going to get monetized because of Baytown. Baytown is ruining the cleanliness of the stream with all of his nasty commentary. But that's okay. We have other things we can do for money. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. I might do another leg today. Might stream it. We'll see. Hope you enjoyed this first leg to El Paso, and we'll catch you on the other side. See ya!